always seek the light. Hi, I'm Ray, and welcome to the Sunbeams channel. Thanks for tuning in today. I want to talk about fresh eyes, fresh ears, having a fresh mind. Some of you have noticed that I change things up a little bit, present in it a little bit different way, in different locations, and I have done that intentionally. Couple other reasons behind all that. In the Landmarks series that I participated in, there was a term called the already always ways of listening. We get accustomed to the way a person speaks, and like with any, like our spouses or our kids or somebody that we spend a lot of time with, we almost put words in their mouth. Well, that's what kind of already always way of listening is referring to, is that we already assume what the other person's going to say or what somebody is thinking. So by changing things up, we're kind of keeping people on their toes, that there's a freshness available, and that our eyes need to see differently, and our ears can hear differently, which also goes to when I was at North Regional Library shelving a book. It was the model book for dummies or something, and I opened up to a page that had talked about the supermodel Stephanie Seymour. Her number one tip was to never wear the same look twice. So to apply makeup differently, wear your hair differently, because people need to see you in a different way. Otherwise, they always see the same face, and they kind of pigeonhole you into a certain look. So to get more and more modeling jobs, you have to vary your look. Which goes into another point about getting stuck in our identity. By kind of changing things up and intentionally having a different look or trying out something different, we're less apt to get stuck into an identity that we find it very difficult to extricate ourselves from. And lastly, I had a healer, a counselor, therapist type lady who once suggested, when I was having a lot of problems with my dad, we would just get stuck into the same conversation. It would always end up the same way. She said, you two are playing the same song. That he says that, you say that, then he says that. So she suggested metaphorically speaking, of course, it's pick up the record needle and put it onto a different song. And that way I would catch him off guard at that. So his habitual way of reacting or responding to what I said, it would catch him off guard. And so eventually over time, it would break both of us from this habitual way that we would communicate. And now 20 plus years later, it's really hard for me to even remember that way that my dad and I used to communicate, because it's so vastly different and so much better. So today I invite you out of the already always way of listening, being, doing. Try out something new, okay? Have fun and have an awesome day. Bye-bye. This is a creation of the Sunbeams channel.